All right, folks, this is S, and I want to jump right into this because I think there's a conspiracy going down, and I think we're all being suckers, and we're being suckered. Right? And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I finally broke down and got another gym membership. I hadn't been to a gym in a long period of time for real. I had my stuff that I work out at home, but it's not the same as having a full set of gym equipment. So I get a gym membership, and I start working out. And I'm working out diligently. I'm working out every day. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I go to the gym, get my hour workout in, sometimes more than an hour, and you feel really good. Yeah. You went from not working out at all to going to the gym every day, getting up early, putting on your clothes, and getting ready to handle business. Yeah. And the first week you make a promise to yourself, the first week, I'm going to go 3 days this week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And no matter what happens, I'm going to go. And you do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The next week, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it 4 days a week. And you do it 4 days a week. Oh, it's going good. At least that's what you think it is. But what you also notice is there's a fast food place right next to the exits of the shopping center that you go into the gym in. Oh, left lane, freeway. Right lane, fast food place. You see, I think that fast food place was strategically placed right where it was because you have to look out the window of the gym, and what do you see? You see the fast food place. Oh, they're not slick. Because I've seen some of the other fast food places, the same business, they're not even running this special. But all of a sudden, the fast food place that's right by the gym is running a 2-for-1 special on their signature hamburger. Really? It's almost as if they're mocking you. Yeah. I know you're in there working out. I can see you and you can see me. Isn't there a protein window right after you work out where you're supposed to eat protein, right? It'll only take you 5 minutes to get across the parking lot. That's well within the half an hour. Yeah. And there's some protein and sausages. I'm telling you right now, why don't you come in here and have our signature fried chicken sandwich or our signature hamburger and our signature drink, right? The drink is so good that I had a hard time saying the word signature just now. Right? So what I'm saying is you pull out of the driveway and you see that place. And we've all been in a situation where something just tempted us. Something had our number. Something was working against us, and we didn't want that thing to continue to work against us. You've all been there. You've been there, right? You're trying to get on your diet, right? And then all of a sudden that one friend that you didn't see that often, all of a sudden they decide, hey, I'm going to start a business where I make cupcakes for fat dudes. Yeah, it's called Cupcakes for Fat Dudes. Hey, you're a fat dude, and I got some cupcakes, and you're my personal friend, so you can have many more cupcakes than the other fat dudes will have. Yeah, in fact, I came over here to bring you a whole tray of cupcakes. That's right. Wait a second. I'm trying to lose weight, and one of my best friends is deciding he's opening up a cupcake business designed specifically for fat dudes? That's not right. Right? It's amazing. All of a sudden, the ice cream truck starts showing up. And you're walking out the door, and you'll let me get in the car, because I do not. Hey, sir, you know, I really ordered too much stuff for too many Sundays. So listen, would you like a free Sunday with all the crap you're definitely not supposed to be eating? Here, this is going to be great. You're going to love it. Here's quadruple syrup and quintuple ice cream and double sprinkles and quadruple cherry sauce and quadruple quintuple, all of that crap. It's going to be great. I think there's enough calories in here. If you would be fine if you were a wildebeest. That's how much calories in there. And then you take the ice cream and you start eating it. Right? Because a lot of times these things have so many calories in them that literally you could go to the gym and kill it. Rip it up. Just go hard on the treadmill, lift weights, and go, you know what, I still feel good. You get on the VersaClimber, you get off, I still feel good. You hit every machine in there, and you realize you've been in there working out for 2 hours, and you feel good. You're walking out of the gym. You're walking out with a pep in your step. You're walking out like a world conqueror. You're walking out so strong that Genghis Khan would look at you and go, man, I wish I had that guy's confidence. That's what I'm talking about. And as you head to your car, what happens? Yeah, that's right. Some kids come up to you with some candy. And you can turn it down because you don't know if this is a scam or not. And you know what? A lot of times this candy costs too much. You're like, I'm not buying that candy. And they go, sir, here's some candy. You know what? We sold all of the candy. This is going to be good. We just have some left. And, you can have these things for like $1 each. We just want to get rid of all of them because we already made our quota. Oh, it's a nice kid. And of course that kid has the only candy that you like. Oh man. I was just going to give him those. I was going to give him the money. Go here, look kid. Here's take the money that I would have made paid for the candy, right? And then you can sell the candy again. So basically I'm just handing you free money. Oh no, so we have to get rid of the candy. All right, I'll take the candy. It's chocolate candy. You like chocolate candy. You look down and not only do you like chocolate candy, this is your favorite chocolate candy. A chocolate candy that you like so much that you made it a point to stay away from it because you eat too much of it. And now it's in the passenger seat. A whole bunch of them. Oh no. And you're not home, so your girlfriend or your wife or your husband or whatever, they can't know. They won't know if you eat this crap. They're getting on you to go to the gym and work out. They won't even know that you have this crap and it's sitting right there in the passenger seat. And you're like, I could eat this and no one would know. Yeah. Temptation is everywhere. Right? But you can't fall victim to the temptation. Right? You can't fall victim to the fast food place that's right outside the gym. You can't fall victim to the kid with the candy. You can't fall victim to your punk friend showing up with a bunch of cupcakes because his punk behind made a cupcake store designed specifically for fat dudes. You can't do it. Ooh. Just like temptation romantically. A lot of times women are really, really attracted to a guy who's already taken. Why? It's the same way a basketball team is really, really interested in the player that's actually played in the playoffs before. There may be somebody else that's more talented on paper, but that person hasn't proven themselves to be able to handle being in the playoffs. Like you'll see somebody who's really super duper hot and quadruple sexy and quintuple sexy, and you're like, man, I'd like to get with that person. But they don't seem to be in any happy relationships. In fact, when they start telling you stories about their exes, they always make their ex sound like the most evil human being in the world. It's never their fault. It's always the ex's fault. And sometimes that's true, but every single time? Your last 5 relationships, you never did anything wrong? Your last 5 relationships were horrible? So what I'm saying is you got to be careful. Right? You go out with the person and everything seems great, right? And maybe you're happy with that person. Maybe you're actually legitimately happy. And you don't even pay attention to the other women, but all of a sudden the other women are all up on you. Why? Because they see you in a relationship, which means you have the capability of being in a relationship. Now, if they break up your relationship so you can be in a relationship with them, that's really not their problem. They're thinking. And so they decide to start hitting on you, to start tempting you. Oh, they start getting all up in your face. Oh, you happen to be sitting next to them and they decide they accidentally rub your leg. And when I say rub your leg, I mean at the top of your legs. And when I mean at the top of your legs, I mean that thing that's between your legs. They grab a hold of that thing and say stuff that they want to do to your stuff and all of that stuff. And you're like, hey, get your hand off of there. I'm a married guy. I'm not going to cheat on my wife. And then she comes up to you, says stuff in your ear, and tells you all the kind of disgusting crap she wants to do with, to, and on you. And you're sitting there going, I'm not going to cheat on my wife, but I am going to steal some of those ideas because I think I can get my wife to do at least 2 of those 10 things you put in my ear. Temptation. But is it really worth it? Or do you need to stay away from the temptation? Maybe if you, like I said with the food, maybe if you work out at the gym and then you drove over and got a bunch of cupcakes and you got a bunch of quadruple hamburgers with quintuple sauce and double sodas and all of that crap, you pretty much didn't do anything in the gym. You pretty much ate as many calories as you burned off. So basically you didn't really do as much as you think you did. Friend brings you those cupcakes and you go, well, I want to support my friend's business. You can support your friend's business by just giving them a couple of bucks for the cupcakes and then just throwing them in the trash. He won't know. Okay, maybe he will know because he's going to call you, hey, what do you think of my cupcakes? And you don't want to lie and say they were great if they stink, because if you say they were great and they stink, he's going to put them out there to the public and the public is going to say they stink. He's going to run out of business. He's going to go out of business and he's going to come back to you. I couldn't believe it, but you said the cupcakes were good. You're going to have to go, well, I didn't really eat the cupcakes because I was trying to stop being tempted by the cupcakes. I just kind of gave you the money and threw them in the trash. Why didn't you tell me? Shut up, punk. I was trying to help you out. Temptation is everywhere, my friends. It really is. And you have to be very, very careful. You got to avoid the burgers and the cupcakes, metaphorically speaking. You got to avoid that crap. You got to avoid the lady that's rubbing your leg. You know what I'm saying, metaphorically speaking. You got to avoid that crap because you're going to wind up getting in trouble, and you don't want to get in trouble for doing that crap. So as I go to the gym now, and yes, there is a large fast food chain place literally across the freaking parking lot. Right? Well, it's not exactly across and to the right of the gym. And you look out and you see that sign. 2 for $5. And you realize that no other place, none of the other franchises has that deal. But the one that's outside of the gym has that deal. Because they're trying to tempt you. They're trying to tempt you. They're trying to tempt you. Those rotten sassafras and Jehoshaphat's. But so far, so good. I get up early in the morning. I drive to the gym. I work out hard. And then I walk out to my car. And as I pull out of the driveway, I say a silent bleep you to the fast food place because I know what they're trying to do. Trying to tempt me to go over there and buy some stuff when I don't need to be buying that stuff. How dare you? How about putting up a sign that says, hey, we're a fast food place, and if you're a big, heavy person who needs to work out, keep yourself out of this place. If you can come here in moderation and control yourself, feel free. And fit people, stop avoiding me. You know daggone well you don't want to eat those tofu sandwiches with the diet ice cubes in the water. Cut that crap out and come have some of this stuff over here. And that's all I'm saying. I know this one was more of a rant than anything else, but I really hate when you're being tempted. I think tempting somebody to do something that they don't want to do or that they shouldn't be doing. I mean, it's not an assault, but it's kind of like an assault, mainly because the problem gets bigger. You have a friend that's overweight and they want to start working out, and you start taking them to places where they know they're going to eat food that's bad for them. That's not cool. Right? If you know somebody needs to work out and you're always finding excuses to pull them away from the gym so they don't work out, you're affecting their life in a negative way, and that's not cool. We have to stop being tempted by other people, and we have to also stop tempting other people. But I am not going to take my own advice. No, I'm not. Because I know you're tempted to tell friends about this podcast, aren't you? Of course you are. You're tempted to follow this podcast on Spotify, aren't you? Oh, yeah. You're tempted to tell other people about this podcast and be almost like an evangelist for this podcast. You're tempted to retweet, reblog all of my crap on social media, aren't you? Oh, yeah. But I would just have to say, that's the one thing, and those are the few things that if you're tempted to do, you should feel free succumbing to the temptation of doing stuff to spread the word about this podcast, my friends. But more importantly than anything else, I want to thank you for listening, And like I said, do me a favor. Rate and review this podcast 5 stars, please. Tell a friend about this podcast. Please do that. And reblog or read whatever this podcast if you see it on social media. Just look up my name, S. Anthony Thomas, and follow all my stuff. Okay? Could you do that for me? Cool. It's been a pleasure spending the last 15 minutes with you. And I will see you again next time, my friends. And please, if somebody's tempting you with some crap that you know is bad for you, back up off it. You dig? Cool. See you later.